What's up, family? Some of you probably thought I was going to do a review of the Chopper takedown as soon as I got one. And, I let everybody know that they were in targets right away. And so that was a pretty safe assumption. But there were so many reviews out that were so varied that it didn't even seem to make sense for me to make one. Podcast of All did the first one that I had seen, and they did a really, really good job with that one. Demarcation Media did one that was so in-depth it took like maybe 20 minutes going over everything from the packaging to the actual the little bitty details as far as the two minifigures that came with it. My man Simon for the Domain did a live stream with his actually building it, so you could see it literally being built, and he talked about it as he went along. Rogue Studios did one that was a speed build. Square Blocks did it in Spanish. My man BRICKMAN 117, he did a comparison between the Chopper takedowns Chopper and the Brute Chopper raid. So you could actually see the difference as far as what it is that they did differently to make it look more banished. Not just the color, but the extra bulky pieces and so on that the Banished would do to slap on anything that they got to make it more their own. Mega Gabby even did a video talking about how well this particular set works as far as putting it into dioramas. So the only thing I could think of for me to do is just to tell you how we're going to use it when it comes to the ZULU project. And the way we're going to use it is it's going to be with the Thrall Slayer. Now the Thrall Slayer, a few videos ago, a few episodes ago, I went over and showed the figures that Mattycraft had made for me custom. And one of them was the Thrall Slayer. I'd only seen pictures of it, and I'd seen that Matty had made one and I wanted one. And I had not seen him in anything else, and I didn't even know his name. So it wasn't until Mega let everybody vote to see what figure they were going to put in that Halo Heroes line for next year. And I saw it. I said, oh, that's what it's called, the Thrall Slayer. So then I could look him up and see what was his background, what was his history. And after reading it, I thought, wow, this character is fantastic. I'm glad I had one made. And especially since he didn't win. But there's nothing that says or shows that he wouldn't actually have joined the Banished. He's in their colors. He's an amazing fighter. And so my Thrall Slayer is going to be in the diorama. And his troops are Jump Pack Brutes. And you guessed it, Brutes on Choppers. So, you can see in the boxes, I have two boxes. I have two Choppers now, and I'm probably going to get another 6. I'd love to get more Jump Pack Brutes, but I can't afford them at $30 a piece, so I don't know. It may just be these two. But this absolutely fits, and it's going to be perfect to go with Thrall Slayer in the diorama. And let me just say that I love this vehicle. I was so excited when I saw pictures for it. I was excited when I saw the box art and I knew they were making it. I wish Mega would have made this a couple of years ago when they were doing the Halo Wars 2 vehicles and figures and so on. And I think they really missed the boat on doing vehicles for the Banished. When they had Halo Wars 2 stuff that they were doing, they only gave us a Banshee and they gave us a Ghost. Eventually they gave us a Marauder, but it wasn't all that great. It was real skinny, and they didn't even release it in this country. They didn't release it basically for anybody to get, unless you were in Canada, basically. And Mexico, I guess. There's a lot of people who got it in Mexico. But it wasn't even that great a Marauder. Now, if you want to see an amazing Marauder, EBOMB 113 or 113, I'm not sure how he says it, he does an amazing Marauder. I mean, it's beautiful. And I believe it's all mega pieces, but of course he had to paint it to get it the right color. He has also done a blister back. That's amazing. He's done a reaver. And just naming those, I would have bought more than one of any of those. And reavers, I'd have bought several. I'd have had a little army of reavers. But, you know, they just missed the boat. That was easy money. So out of custom vehicles that were made for the Banished, there was a lot that they could have done. Creator Chief did oh my gosh, a super gorgeous Scarab, highly detailed. That was great. Mixed Bricks minifigures actually made a Wraith out of the AA turret that was made for Infinite. You have to buy 3 of them, but he literally walks you through how he built it. So he does that on YouTube, and it looks great. Now, that's still, even if you get them at $40 a piece as opposed to $80, which they started off at, that's still $120. But if you have 3 and you get tired of them, you can change it into a Wraith. Now, all these things that I'm talking about right now, I'm going to go ahead and put links to each one of these sites in the description. And especially my man, BRICKMAN 117. He is one of the masters to me as far as making vehicles, especially because he makes them like to scale, you know. Now, like I said, the Scarab, the Wraith, the Marauder, the Blisterback, the Reavers, those are all to scale as well. But something about BRICKMAN that when he does his, like he's done a Pelican to scale, that's insane, and so on. But he also did Covenant Phantom, and it is beautiful. So those are all vehicles that I would love if Mega could only pick a couple, to do a couple. But if they don't have any for this year, I would love for them to do them next year. But so far, all we have is the redone Ghost, a redone Banshee, and I didn't like either one of those two. I know that's not Mega's fault. I'm sure they did them exactly like they got pictures from 343. So they know what it looked like, and that's what they changed it to. I didn't like them, so I didn't buy any of them. So this is the first vehicle that they made for Infinite that I bought, and it fits with Halo Wars 2. So it'll fit for us. It'll work in everything we do. And, you know, they just did a fantastic job with it. I just wish they would have done it earlier. The one thing that you can see for sure that I'm not going to do is use Eshram. So on the chopper itself, instead, that's a brute from the exosuit. It's the perfect color. He fits with the same color scheme as the jump pack. He works in the same color as the chopper. So I'm just, with all those breacher exosuits that I have, I'm just going to go ahead with every chopper I buy and put one of these Banished troops on back of the chopper instead. And I think it's a perfect fit. So now you see how we're going to use the chopper in the ZULU project. All right, folks. Until next time, I'm wishing all of you happy building.